What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC. Man, this place still sure looks a whole lot different than what it used to be. Why does it look so different? Well, it used to look a whole lot like this. But then something happened. And that was sad times. But all might not truly be lost. Now it's time to see if we can even restore or salvage some of these items. So come along with us and take a little journey on a show that we would like to call Retro Rich's Restorations. All right, everyone, welcome to the table and welcome to the inaugural episode of Retro Rich's Restorations. So, what's on tap for our first episode? There we go. It is a Game Boy Advance. Now, this Game Boy Advance was, of course, down here in the studio, just hanging out. And it did get a little bit of a bath, as we can see. It is a little dirty, and was completely submerged. So, to be honest, I have no idea exactly how this is going to work out, but we're gonna take it down to at least it's, clean all the stuff around it and all that kind of stuff. Take the card out and clean it a little, and we're gonna see if this thing turns on after we throw some batteries in it. So, there'll be some cuts, there'll be some fast forwards here. I'm gonna be telling some stories and some things while I'm doing the cleaning. So there might be some times where it'll slow up and you'll see me live cleaning as I'm telling you something. Other times it'll just be a little bit of fast forwards while I'm just going in through the nitty gritty, using the tools. So what are the tools? Let's move this over here. Well, we've got some lens wipes. These are isopropyl alcohol wipes that are actually just used for cleaning glasses, but I actually wound up finding out during the pandemic that they are actually really great for cleaning surface areas of plastic, like Chromebooks and the screens on them. They're not abrasive, and they actually work pretty well. I've done over, about 150 different Chromebooks with them, keyboards, screens, surface areas, all that kind of stuff. So they've actually served me pretty well. For the really, really grimy kind of stuff, we really got to get in there. We're going to introduce this guy here. So soft bristle toothbrush. Get into like into here, into this kind of area here. I'm certain over here by the buttons and all that kind of stuff. The stuff that I can't get with the lens wipes there. We're going to be using that. We got some sponges and stuff like that for surface area things, and bigger things. I think this might be, when we do like games and stuff later, I think we'll probably be using this a little more than on here, but we got that stuff. And then of course, we're not just going to use just this, right? On the just go away. We need some kind of cleaning agent, and that's where this guy comes in. We've got some isopropyl alcohol, 91 plus or higher, folks, for electronics. Don't use the 70% stuff or what's known as witch hazel. That's too much water content, and I might actually corrode some of your stuff. So make sure you're 91% or higher on that. So anyway, so we got that stuff. And of course, it's for wiping areas. Gotta have some paper towels. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's right. We also for a little Q-tip action. Get in there. Maybe in the cart. When I get to the cart, I might use some of these Q-tips for that. So anyway, I have no idea how this is going to go. Like I said, it's the inaugural episode of this program. This could just be a giant catastrophe where I clean this thing and nothing happens. That'll be sad, but hopefully that'd be kind of cool to get this. And just in case I didn't mention it before, I do want to kind of show like a before and the before and after picture. Obviously, this is the before video, but when I found some things, I did take some pictures, out in the field, as it were, or down here in the basement as we were cleaning up, of certain things like on a shelf. I'm pretty sure I've got a picture of this, plus a couple other things on the shelf. I'm going to show that right as I'm talking. If you see the picture, then you will see what I mean. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, we're going to start off with some just surface area stuff, using one of the wipes to see how much we can get off on there. So let's get into that. Let's get into that right now. All right, we got our wipe. Let's see if we can go at the top of the cart here. And see, like, you know, all that stuff came right off. And it's actually looking like, you know, pretty decent already, just wiping with the isopropyl alcohol wipes. Let me get our finger in here. Yeah, so like even that stuff came off okay. Let's see the button. There we go. See, it's already starting to come a little more clean, just on this first wipe. So, yeah, that's kind of a good scenario. So, yeah, I mean, this idea kind of came to me as actually a recommendation of a friend of mine. We'll call him Dave. And what he said to me as we were actually cleaning up the studio after the event, he was like, you know, some of this stuff, you might be able to save some of this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, when we were looking at it, I mean, we were taking the stuff like literally out of like puddles of water. I mean, it was just water everywhere. So when somebody's telling you, oh yeah, you know what, you could just you just take it off and give it a little clean and it'll be all right. And I'm like, you know, it was like, I mean, he's my buddy, and I'm like, hey man, I appreciate the there we go, take these stuff off here. This actually doesn't look too bad in here. You know, he's like, I appreciate what you're doing and what you're saying, but I mean, seriously, like, I don't know. I just don't think, I don't know. You know, it's like, look, it was, and I showed him a couple things. It was, I think, I don't know, I had one of my old systems, my 7800, which I don't think made it, or some of this other stuff. And it was just like, yeah, just, you know, go ahead and, you know, give it a whirl. And I was like, yeah, no. And a lot of stuff actually was just getting bagged by, you know, a group of friends and family were really incredibly gracious and helped us kind of clean all this stuff up. I mean, you got to move when water happens in your house. You got to move pretty quickly. So, you know, if you leave stuff sit around or you do whatever, you're talking mold, and you know, it's dangerous. You know, like it's stuff that's dangerous for your family. So, you know, you got to make sure you get everything out. So a lot of stuff, you know, just went into garbage bags and just straight out. And, you know, once it's in the bag, I mean, you're not going back in there and, you know, trying to find other stuff. But, you know, I do appreciate the fact that he did say that, because it kind of got to me. It was like, you know what, maybe just a little bit, maybe just a little bit of the stuff, you know, maybe we can bring some of this back, you know. And then I was like, well, you know, what about the games? What do you think about the games? Yeah, and my friend again, he was like, yeah, you know, like you could totally, you know, like clean them up, and you know, what's the worst that could happen, right? You know, most of the games you use an adapter for, right? And I'm like, yeah, and it's most of my collection up to that point was either in television, Atari 2600, or Sega Master System, and I was doing a lot of Sega Master System stuff at the time. And the Sega Master System, I was using a $30 adapter. I used the Retron 5 with the Retron 3-in-1. Look at all this. I mean, besides the scratches and stuff, this is actually looking kind of nice already. You know, yeah, this is a little dingy. You know, the buttons are still clicky. It's not bad. But anyway, yeah, he was talking about that, and I was like, yeah, you know, we could do that. And then just put it in and, you know, maybe get another adapter or whatever. I mean, I had to replace everything anyway. But then, you know, instead of just one adapter, maybe I get two for my next Retron. And then, you know, as I clean the games, put them in that second adapter, and, you know, in just case I'm gunking up something, if I don't get it all the way clean. But I hope that if this, you know, this series, you know, goes well and people like it, you know, I'll find new and interesting ways on cleaning these things and maybe really, you know, really do some cool stuff here. So, But anyway, this actually is not that bad either. Kind of getting a little excited actually about this. So, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we could probably soak it and do that later, but I mean, this is literally, we're just using these wipes. We're just using these wipes right now. So we'll get in here. But yeah, I mean, in the worst case scenario is, some of these work, some of these don't work, but, like I'm not able to clean as, the contacts on some of these cards as well as I would like to. And then it really gets to the point where, I'm doing damage to that adapter. Well, it's not doing damage to my Retron. I'm doing the damage to this like $40 adapter or whatever. And I think, if I start doing games, I'm going to start doing Master System first. Because I kind of miss it. I really miss it. And the reason why I haven't done a lot of Master System is because the only game I had up until this point that was functional was, of course, Golden Axe Warrior, which I got as a result of my birthday, which was the very month after all this happened in the first place. So, which I was super appreciative of for my family to do. But yeah, so we're getting in here. So I think right now, the next thing we got to do is we're going to do a little dip on the the guy here, and with some isopropyl, and we're going to hit those contacts. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe a Q-tip down here. I mean, it doesn't really look that bad. I mean, you can kind of see that, like, even the lip. Maybe there's some stuff right on here, but there's not a lot of stuff like inside of the contact. So it's kind of cool, right? It's kind of neat. All right, we'll see here. I mean, I didn't even know how long this was going to take doing the surface clean here on the console. So, this I might actually leave me talking and scrubbing and all that kind of stuff. And also leave it down below in the comments if you guys think, like, hey, yeah, continue to talk and tell stories and do all that stuff while you're cleaning. I'm sure the games are going to go a lot faster because, it's just, take a couple screws off, clean as much of the stuff as possible, clean the outside. The labels might fall off and that kind of stuff, but what's that? I don't know what that is, but all right. Anyway, I mean, it's looking, outside of me like hitting this with the thing, it looks pretty good. All right, so anyway, let me clean the cart while I'm here. It's Tetris. It's kind of a classic game to just be sitting here, but I just can't believe, like, where I'm sitting right now, like, legitimately, there was water all the way up to the baseboard of the subfloor. So that's, it's 8+ feet of water or something like that. It was not great. But even this, like, completely submerged. Even the label, look at the label. I mean, it's a little nicked right there on the top. But that could have just been wear. It was a little dirty there, obviously. But it's pretty cool, right? It came out pretty clean. And then we'll hit these with the tip here. So now it's time to do this. All right, so when I do the isopropyl, what I always do, let me move this out of here. I mean, there's a just GameStop light thing. I could probably clean that too. Maybe I'll give that another wipe. We'll give that a wipe before we do that. Oh man, that was what happened to this? There we go. It's weird. Anyway, clean this light. Whoops. I mean, it's really not, it's kind of weird how this stuff happens and how this works. It's almost like kind of therapeutic in a way to just be like, cleaning off stuff that, even if it doesn't work, maybe I'll just put it in the background, right? Like, hey, I cleaned some stuff. And if, you know, if one day something works, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. You know, I'm not like, you know, I'm not expecting like, oh, hey, you know, like greater than half of everything that was down here is, you know, now at some kind of dump somewhere. But there is some stuff that we saved, that's for sure. So, you know, it's a little dusty, a little dirty. I mean, who knows whether or not this thing will even work. I don't even know what this is. I mean, it's the light, but, you know, there's on, off. And there's these function. And then it's just like an LED or something. There we go. All right, there we go. I mean, that's pretty good for right now. I mean, obviously, it's still a little dingy, but, you know, for right now, again, so far, so cleaning. All right, so I've got this little thing here because this is gonna drip, right? When you put the stuff on there, it's gonna drip. So, you know, move this stuff out of the way a little bit. And then we're gonna flip up this top right here. And then what I always like to do is to kind of like start to squeeze the bottle and then just like kind of, there we go. See it came out a little. All right. And then you can test it. Yep. All right, there's definitely stuff on there. And then we'll see if there's any dirt in here. See if it's gonna, I don't know where the lens is. Is it over here? Yeah, there was a little dirt in there. All right, and we'll take our friend the Q-tip. Oh, wow, look at that. That was definitely dirty. That was more dust dirt than dirt. All right, a little buff. Yeah, it's coming out clean. The dry, it's pretty clean. All right, cool. So let's hit the contacts now. So there's Tetris. Hopefully that'll be working. So then we'll hit the contacts here. With the isopropyl. I can already kind of see that they're actually like more shiny than they were. So that's kind of cool, right? All right, and then let's hit a little here. So the cool thing about these bottles, I don't know if it's this brand or not or whatever, but the cool thing about these bottles is you can almost kind of sit the Q-tip right in here, and then just kind of tilt it a little, and then you can kind of see, hey, it already has some. So then when you go and do your detail, you know you've got the stuff on there. So then we're cleaning up here. Is there some stuff? Yes, there was some stuff on there. So now we get it nice and clean. All right, we'll get this nice and clean here too. And the one thing I forgot, I don't know why, they're right over here. So I might have to do a jump cut. But of course, the one thing I forget is batteries. I don't have batteries. They're sitting right next to me. That's a silly Rich thing. What are you doing, Rich? All right. Oh, let's get it in here. Get in there, get in there. All right. We'll just do one of these here. See, we'll do this outside here. That's pretty cool, yeah. And these are really dirty right here. Alright, see, definitely dirty. So then we'll do like a little buff. We'll do a little buff around. Because you want to make sure that, like, you know, before you like activate electronics, even though it is, you know, like liquid, I don't know, whatever, just barely any water, you know, you want to make sure that it's dry before you do the battery things. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Probably with a Q-tip. Hit the contacts here with a Q-tip, right on the console. All right. There's all these videos about people like cleaning stuff or not cleaning stuff online. It's kind of funny because this video is a little behind the curtain. This video is like a year too late. I had the idea for the show and everything a year ago, and actually shot, if you want some insider baseball. The beginning sequence actually was shot about a year ago, almost to this very day. All right, cool. So takes me a while to do things, I guess is what I'm saying. Sometimes. All right, cool. So there's all the pieces. They've been, like, you know, cleaned to the best of my non-professional ability. Give me 1 second, and actually, you guys can walk with me as I get up. You guys can't see this on the camera, but I'm walking across the old studio to a place where I have some batteries just hanging out. You know, like I got a house with a whole bunch of kids. Of course, you gotta have batteries. I got these old Kodak ones. What about these? Oh, these are probably good. All right, this is a brand new pack of batteries. All right. They say high energy. I'm not sponsored anyway by any battery companies, but we got some batteries. Got the batteries. I mean, here we go, I guess, right? Now remember, this thing was in 8.5 feet of water for a day or more. All right. I guess moment of truth, right? Nothing. Oh, wait. No way. No way. Can I? It turned on. That's so awesome. The D-pad works. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can we play? Do we have to hit start? Let's start. Let's just start. Yeah, these work. Down works. Buttons work. Both buttons work. Can I? Whoa! What the? I don't even know what that did. It looks like the screen is fine. I got a little scared there. I mean, I'm playing Tetris on a Game Boy that was in 8.5 feet of water. Wow. I mean, just wow. I mean, we gotta get like a Tetris or something in here, right? Oh, I can't get a Tetris because I am too late on that. All right, we'll get the double. Here, get the double. Blue. Blue. Get another. Well, we won't get a double, but. I mean, this is awesome. This is super awesome. How many lines do you have to get before you get to the next level? Do you have to get 10? I mean, it looks good. I wonder if the light made it. The speakers sound good. Like it's pretty cool. All right, is this the level? There we go. There we go. So there we go. Start. That works. Select button works. You know, this button, these buttons work because it like stretches the screen. It all works. I'm playing Tetris on a Game Boy. That's cool. I turn it off. And then I don't know, let's see if this thing, I mean, I don't know if this thing will work, but who knows, right? Okay, so I'll turn it back on. See if it works now. No way! Look at that! The light works! That's pretty cool. Look at how that... Incredible, man. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Still a little dingy. It's got a little character. We'll call it. It's got a little character. But it works. It works. I mean, like little of this, and some of this, with a little Q-tip action. A little Q-tip action. That's it. And it totally works. All right, so we're gonna go upstairs to the studio. We'll do a little wrap up. And call this one an episode. I just can't I can't even believe it. All right, cool. Well, let's go. All right, guys. So it lives. It lives. We were successful in our attempt to make a Game Boy Advance work again. That's pretty awesome. I just can't. I mean, I'm still pretty shocked that it functions. To be honest, so thanks. Shout out to my buddy Dave, who kind of gave me the suggestion to even attempt it, and hopefully, let me know down below in the comments, guys, if you want to see more of this. Can we restore functionality to games and maybe even more systems? I mean, there were other systems in that picture. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how well this might have fared. I mean, Nintendo consoles are legendary for their ability to survive many things. I don't know if anyone's been there, but if you have a chance to go to Nintendo World in New York City, there is actually a old school, the brick model, original Game Boy with Tetris again, ironically, that was like in some kind of like fire or like a building, like it was in like a war zone, and it got melted, but but the screen somehow survived. And the electronics inside of it, they all still function. And they turn it on every morning and they let it run to this day, which is like astounding how like technology can survive like that kind of stuff. It's like it's one of those old sayings. They don't make them like they used to, right? So I mean, I really, it's just awesome. It's just awesome to have stuff work again. Like you put a little elbow grease in there and now you have it back. I mean, it might be a little dingy, but like I said, it gives it character, right? So yeah, this will actually probably be right over here in the corner on the studio. But But that's about it. And thank you guys so much for checking out the inaugural episode of Retro Riches Restorations. And of course, now is the end of a video here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We have to thank, of course, the members of the Good Times Club. So thank you, the EverCanadian, who actually voted for this very series to become a thing in the Good Times Club. So thank you. Thank you to QEORGE Games. Thank you to Crimson Cross. Thank you, Chris Westerman. Thank you, Phantom Fiction. And thank you, Skeletrex, for all being members of the Good Times Club and for pushing me to do things like this very series. More new things are going to be on the way or have already been delivered to you in the course of this week and month. So I hope you guys stick around and hang out with us here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions as we bring you all sorts of cool new stuff. News, game overviews, picks on Evercade carts, and much more. So thanks once again for watching, and until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys. I'm gonna go find some more things to fix.
RTSC.baconicecream.com